Courting, honesty, and relationships. Hello everyone, welcome back to Phoebe Boco Study Channel. And today, we're diving deep into a topic that I think so many of us experience, but few really talk about openly. Courting, relationships, and what it really means to get to know someone. You've probably heard phrases like, searching for someone while you're in a relationship is cheating, or maybe even felt guilty for talking to someone new while you're dating. Today, I want to unpack these ideas, share my perspective, and maybe give you some clarity. Have you ever felt trapped in the early stages of a relationship, as if a few good dates automatically meant you owed someone your loyalty, your time, and your future? It's a common pressure point in modern dating, this unspoken assumption of ownership. But what if we reframed this entire phase? By the end of this episode, I hope you'll see that the courting stage, yes, what many of us call the boyfriend-girlfriend stage, isn't about locking someone down. It's a crucial period of discovery. It's about getting to know each other honestly, learning to respect boundaries, and most importantly, figuring out what we truly want and need in a partner, without the weight of premature commitment. It's about asking questions, not making promises. So, let's start by clearly defining what we mean by courting. The term might sound a little old-fashioned to some, but the principle behind it is more relevant than ever. Courting is the intentional process of getting to know someone on a deeper, more meaningful level to determine if you are compatible for a long-term, committed partnership. You might call it the talking stage, the exclusive dating phase, or simply getting serious. But unlike casual dating, which can often be aimless or purely for recreation, courting has a clear purpose: evaluation. It's a dedicated space and time to explore another person's character, their values, their communication style, and their vision for the future, to see if it aligns with your own. It's a step up from casual hangs, but it's definitely not a mini-marriage. And here's the most critical distinction. Courting is not marriage. It is not the finish line. It's the investigative phase before you even decide to run the race together. This is not the point where you make lifelong promises, merge your finances, or assume that everything will inevitably work out just because you like each other. Liking someone is the start, not the conclusion. The entire purpose of courting is to gather information. It's about understanding the other person's personality when they're stressed, their core values when faced with a tough choice, their intentions for their own life, and ultimately, your shared compatibility. It's a time for observation and reflection, not for binding contracts, spoken or unspoken. During this stage, it's completely normal and, I would argue, healthy to explore, to meet new people in social settings, and to feel unsure at times. The uncertainty is part of the process. Not every suitor who seems promising will become your husband, and not every woman a man courts will become his wife. That's just the reality of human connection, and it is perfectly okay. This is precisely why the idea that searching while courting is cheating doesn't really hold up, because there is no lifelong commitment yet. The commitment in courting is to honesty, to respect, and to the process of discovery itself. It's not a commitment to a guaranteed outcome. This phase is designed to filter for true compatibility, and sometimes that means realizing you're not the right fit and parting ways respectfully. Let me give you a personal example that really illustrates this. A close friend of mine was courting someone for about 6 months. On the surface, it looked perfect. They laughed at the same jokes, went on thoughtful dates, and talked on the phone every single day. They had incredible chemistry. But as she intentionally got to know him better, she started noticing fundamental differences. He dreamed of a nomadic life, living out of a van and traveling the world, while she was deeply rooted in her community and wanted to build a home near her family. He was an external processor who needed to talk through every feeling, while she was an internal processor who needed quiet space to think. At first, when they drifted apart and she eventually started talking to someone new, she was overwhelmed with guilt. She felt like she had betrayed him. But then she had a breakthrough. Courting did its job. It allowed her to discover their core incompatibility before any deeper promises were made. She learned that courting is about discovery, not ownership. Honesty, respect, and clear intentions matter far more than forcing a relationship that isn't meant to last a lifetime. See? The process works. Courting is messy, it's vulnerable, and yes, sometimes it hurts when things don't work out. But it's meant to be a powerful learning process. Each interaction teaches you more about what you need, what you won't tolerate, and how to communicate your boundaries with grace. It's a journey of self-discovery, just as much as it is about discovering someone else. Now let's talk about something that feels unavoidable in the world of courting: getting hurt. It's a tender topic because at its core it's about our feelings. When we decide to be vulnerable, to open up a part of our lives to someone new, we are taking a profound risk. We are stepping onto a bridge of hope, and with that hope comes the possibility of disappointment. This isn't a sign of failure. It's a testament to our courage to connect. The simple truth is, not every connection is meant to last a lifetime, and navigating that reality is where the hurt often resides. It's a natural part of exploring human connection. To make this more tangible, imagine you're getting to know a few different people. The first person is incredibly kind and makes you laugh, but as you talk more, you realize your core values, what you both see as fundamental to a good life, are on different paths. The second is ambitious and driven, qualities you admire, but there's a missing spark, a lack of that easy, magnetic chemistry that makes a conversation flow for hours. Then there's the third person. On paper, they seem perfect. The connection is there, the timing is just off. Maybe they're moving, or you're starting a demanding new job. Life's logistics create an uncrossable gap. Each of these endings can sting in its own way. But these aren't just dead ends. They are crucial data points. The mismatch in values teaches you to articulate your own non-negotiables. The lack of chemistry reminds you that attraction is complex and can't be forced. The wrong timing scenario teaches us about acceptance and the things we can't control. They hurt, yes, but they are powerful teachers, refining our understanding of what we truly want and need in a partner. So if you're listening right now, and your heart feels heavy from past hurts, thinking, why does this keep happening to me? Please know this: it is not a personal failure. It is the very process of discovery. Each interaction is a step on the journey, not a final destination. Embracing this perspective helps us build emotional resilience. It allows us to reframe pain as a catalyst for growth, empowering us to make wiser, more aligned choices for ourselves in the future. One of the most important things during courting is honesty. Simple as that. Don't make promises you can't keep. Don't mislead someone about your intentions. Don't intentionally hurt anyone just because you're confused or curious. Respect is just as important. Respect your feelings, but also respect the other person's feelings. Treat the talking stage like a safe space for both people to explore and understand if they are compatible. Commitment only becomes different when two people clearly agree to be exclusive or are married. Until then, honesty and respect are your guiding principles. Let's look at some real-life scenarios. Scenario 1. You're talking to someone new while still figuring out your feelings for your current partner. Is this cheating? Not necessarily. If no promises were made, if you are transparent, this is still part of learning. Scenario 2. Someone lies about their intentions to keep you hooked. That's not courting. That's manipulation. There's a huge difference between exploring and deceiving. Scenario 3. You meet someone amazing, but the timing is off. Heartbreak happens. But heartbreak teaches us resilience, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence. So how can you navigate the courting stage wisely? Here are a few tips. 1. Be honest about your intentions. Speak openly about what you're looking for and where you are emotionally. 2. Respect boundaries, yours and theirs. Don't push for more than the other person is ready to give. 3. Don't assume permanence. Courting is a trial period. Not all relationships will last, and that's normal. 4. Learn from hurt. Reflect on what worked, what didn't, and what you truly value in a partner. 5. Communicate clearly. Misunderstandings create unnecessary pain. Be kind but direct. As we bring our time together to a close, let's settle in with the core truth we've explored today. Courting, in its most intentional form, is a profound process of discovery. It's not just about finding a partner, it's about finding yourself reflected in the connection with another. It's a dedicated space for understanding not only the other person's heart, but the landscape of your own. This journey asks you to get clear on what you truly need for a fulfilling partnership, what non-negotiable values you hold, and what kind of person brings out the very best in you. It's about building a foundation, not just falling into a feeling. And on this path, it's almost certain you will encounter moments of disappointment or hurt. That is a deeply human part of the process. Remember, a connection ending is not a personal failure. Not every person you meet is meant to walk with you for a lifetime, and that is perfectly okay. Some are there to teach you, to challenge you, to help you grow. The true measure of success isn't a perfect, painless story. It's how much honesty you brought to the table, the respect you showed even when things were difficult, and your commitment to learning from every single experience, good or bad. Remember, relationships are not a game to be won, but they are a journey to be navigated with intention. The tools we discussed, setting boundaries, using clear communication, and reflecting on your own needs, are your compass. The more intentional we are with our words and actions, the less unintentional pain we cause ourselves and others. And in that space, we gain immense clarity. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope this conversation has offered you a framework for reflection on your relationships, your choices, and the desires of your heart. Until next time, stay honest, stay respectful, and never stop learning.